All right, so Danny is the world record holder for 9 holes. So he's number one versus Jimmy. I don't know what his PB is, but Danny has definitely got an advantage over Jimmy for this one.
Yeah, Jimmy doesn't even have a. I don't think Jimmy didn't have a run on the leaderboards until like a couple days ago. So
Oh, okay, yeah. But anything could happen. Danny could get screwed by the winds. You never know.
maybe Jimmy will have the man on hole 6 on his side.
Also,
Yeah.
I just want to mention before I go that Jimmy's video. Yeah, by the way, you see there, Danny did something.
Oh
Danny
no.
pulling the ghost tee.
Ghost tee on hole 1. That is
Anyway,
a big advantage.
I just wanted to mention that Jimmy's video, you probably saw that was slightly faster at the start because it glitched a little. I just wanted to say
It's
that.
okay.
I just wanted to say
Oh,
that
okay.
before I went away.
They're about synced up, so I think it's pretty good. Let's see. Does Danny get the flag hit?
Yeah.
Yep, and it's in. Wow, this is world record pace on Danny's end. Jimmy is not too far behind though. He got a birdie on hole 1, and
Until he
ooh,
bunked the bunker again.
I wonder if he meant to go for flag shot there.
Okay, it looks like.
Oh wow, do you see? Jimmy's almost actually went straight in the hole.
Yeah, I also saw. Yeah, Danny. Even though it red barred well.
Oh, okay. So he made it to the island even with. Oh, and it landed pretty nicely. He might be able to putt that, but it's going to be a long putt.
And of course, Jimmy taking the safe strats. That's what I would do if I was in tournament.
Yeah.
That was an amazing putt.
Wow.
Holy crap.
What 130? Was that a 130? Sub 130? This is insanely good pace on Danny's end.
Of course, Jimmy landed in the rough. That's better than landing in the bunker there, I'd think.
He should be able to make it to the green another shot. Oh, and for once, it doesn't look like luck's on Danny's side.
He just driver stratted that. That was
okay. I shouldn't even say anything. That was amazing. He is still world record pace at this moment.
That was smart on Danny's end. Meanwhile, Jimmy is playing hot potato with hole 3, which can happen.
Yeah.
Finally got it. Well, Danny is about ready to do his second shot on 5.
2 holes ahead of Jimmy currently. Crazy.
Doing some driver strat. Oh, that was some really lucky driver strats.
Ooh, but he's going to have to putt it, which isn't ideal. I think he'd rather use a driver hit on the flag if he could.
Yeah, but he's still putting it. And still made
got
it.
the putt. Probably lost a little bit of time.
Okay, that was in the rough. It looked like Jimmy almost went out of bounds.
Wow. That was the very edge. Yeah. Lucky landing right there.
And Danny going for some 10 dog strats into the river.
And I bet he'll use a driver here.
Yep. Driver strats onto the edge of the green. Not bad.
He could use a driver. I don't think he will though. Really? No.
Looks like he almost putted it in there. That would have been a lucky putt number 3.
That's the first missed shot by Danny. That puts Jimmy just about 2 holes behind Danny now.
Yeah. And that's not bad versus the world record holder.
No, not at all. I think he played 4 not so bad. The first shot didn't go great, but he picked it up.
Okay, wow. That was an overshot on Danny's end. Granted, the wind was not helping matters at all.
I saw it actually touch the sand at some point, but it looked like it just flew over the green. I guess the wind was just extreme.
Yeah, meanwhile, it looks like Jimmy got a pretty nice shot on 5 for not going into the bunker.
Let's see if he can copy Danny's putt from before. They're in the same exact spot. Oh, not
close.
Yeah, very close.
Cool.
Nice touch, but slightly off.
Here's Danny on 7. Looks like a really nice roll, and flag's in a really good spot.
Oh, that could have been hole in 1 if he just aimed it slightly to the left. Insane.
Speaking slightly to the left, that's what Jimmy did. He moved slightly to the left to keep on the fairway.
That was wind that could have allowed him to get in the river, I think, but he decided to play it safe.
Yeah. Is this... Oh, no. That was a really nice shot for 6. And flag's not in the right spot. And meanwhile, it looks like Danny had to go around.
Oh, no. He got some bad... Oh, what is it? Oh, it's like really weak wind. Yeah, that's smart because with super weak wind. Ooh, bounced off the rocks. With super weak wind, it's kind of hard to get to that island on the left. You need to hit it full bar, or else it probably won't make it.
And
oh my gosh! Wow, tried to end it with a fancy driver flag hit.
And 458 for Danny. Meanwhile,
it's up
Jimmy
5 in a race.
Jimmy's on hole 7, and that was a really strong shot for hole 7. It looks like he'll make it fine.
Smart move, playing it safe and going around forest instead of trying to attempt to go through it.
Especially with that wind, because that probably would have ended him up in a tree. And it looks like this will roll probably onto the fairway, into the rough.
Now, this in a situation like this, you could do driver strats, but that would be a bold move. And you know, I don't know if Jimmy knew how behind he was, or if he wanted to risk that. If I was in Jimmy's position, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah.
Just putt it in, or chip and then putt.
Okay, we got hole 8 here with some really crappy wind for Jimmy.
Oh man, yeah, Jimmy actually has not had the best luck with the winds.
So he's right here. I would have probably started doing give up at that point.
Yeah, give up might be a good move. I've never is give up decently fast in OG?
Give up can land you a 34 or a 36 depending on how fast you can do it.
That's not so bad. That's like a par about the time you get with a par, maybe a bogey.
So here's missed the second putt, but this is kind of cockeyed on the hill.
Yeah, that's a weird angle.
And it looks like that's an over putt there, but that happens in OG, so. And they're moving on to hole 9. Now, the question is, will Jimmy have good wind here to where he can actually go on the island, unlike what Danny had to deal with?
Yeah, that would be a nice comeback, or a nice, gift for this pretty unfortunate combination of winds that Jimmy's got.
Yeah, it was backwards wind. It was weak backwards wind, but
he could have went for the left island, but I think it's a smart move. He went for the right island.
Okay.
And we'll need a pretty much full power shot to make it. Ooh.
Yeah, he did a full power shot.
Will the red line allow it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was nice.
Yeah. Probably gonna have to chip it from here, but looking pretty good right now.
You tried one chip, it was a little weak.
Yeah.
Here comes the second. That puts him in decent lineup here. For maybe a putt or two, depending on if it curves off to the left, which it exactly does.
Yeah. The directions of that slope on the final hole can be really deceiving.
So that was a 747. Yep. I don't think that's the worst that we've seen, but especially with the wind that we've had to deal with.
And up against what would be second place on the leaderboards. I mean,
yeah,
Jimmy, the race was over for him early on. He probably didn't even know it. I mean, that's a hard race right there.
Yeah. So Jimmy getting a 747. Danny pulling ahead with 1. Surprisingly, so far this tournament, we've not seen any games go to round 3. I don't know if Jimmy will be able to pull that off, but
I haven't seen the results.
I can imagine that in a few games we'll go to round 3.
Yeah, we should be soon.
And yeah, I'm just gonna set up the second game here, so sit quietly. Okay.
Definitely good game play by both players. I mean, I don't know Jimmy's experience with the game, but from what I saw, that wasn't bad at all. There was a few weak chips, but otherwise.
Yeah, a few weak trips, a few kind of missed put opportunities, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Yep. And again, just like I think it was with either Morphic or Jim Jam, one of them just they didn't quite have as much experience as the other player, but they also got horrible wins, and that just made it that much harder for them.
Actually, Jimothy, you know who Fabio is?
Yeah.
Fabio is the same person as Jimothy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're the same person.
Okay, did not know that. Good to know.
So moving into the second round of Jimmy versus Danny after G-Land sets things up. I do want to mention that if Jimmy wins, or if Jimmy, even if Jimmy loses, he has to face the loser of 3, which I'm looking here to see. So the loser of 3 is going to be Clyde versus Count. So if that's going to be who, and then whoever wins Clyde versus Count will be facing Danny. So
Right.
something to think about for future matches.
Alright, it looks like we're ready, so I'll give it to you guys.
Okay, thank you, G-Land. Moving into round 2 of Jimmy versus Danny. Will Jimmy have nicer win this go around, and will Danny do, another ghost tea chip in?
I would be in.
Okay, never mind. The videos weren't as synced as I thought they were.
Okay.
Sorry to prolong the wait.
Oh, no problem.
It's all good. Yeah, Clyde versus Count should be a really good match. Another really good match to start thinking about is the winner, or for whoever loses Clyde versus Count, because that will have serious implications because they will have a really nice losers bracket seed.
Loser of Clyde versus Count faces Jimmy, right?
Yeah, faces
or
Jimmy.
Sorry, faces the loser of this match.
Yeah. And then we'll face the loser of 10 versus Jasper, and then the loser, and it continues. But the seed, the very bottom of the losers bracket, seems to be a really nice spot to be.
Yeah, you can definitely work your way back up from losers bracket. There's a lot of hard matches in this first round because everyone's just been paired with someone, and
Yeah,
there's about 4 or 5 players who have a lot of experience recently playing this game, and then the rest are just kind of new.
Alright, so I don't really care if it's not synced up that good this time. I'm just let it go.
As long as it's within like a second or so, I think we're good.
It should be.
Alright, cool.
Okay, we're just waiting on match to begin.
I'm guessing we probably won't see another sub 5 by Danny, but you never know. I think this match should be a little more even.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty close together.
Yeah, that's about the same.
Okay,
It's hard to get perfect when you have recordings.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it.
So Danny actually had to slide off to the right because of how strong the wind was coming.
He had like 20 something, or I guess, that's a full 30 miles per hour. It's 15 meters per second in the British version.
Yeah, and he's off of, both players ended off of the green on their birdie putt. Looks like.
Oh, interesting. Different strategies there.
Yeah. Danny didn't even make that putt, so he's going to be putting for par here. So that's 2 strokes behind his previous run. And it looks like Jimmy will be finishing pretty close behind Danny. Only 1 stroke. And here comes a driver's strat.
Already a lot more even than the last race where Danny got an eagle in hole 1, which is just a huge, huge head start. Oh, but Danny gets the flag hit on hole 2, which will probably put him ahead unless Jimmy can get a chip in right now. Not quite.
Pretty close. Still should be a nice putt. It looks like Danny going off to the side, so it's decent wind.
Oh,
and it curved off to the right.
Yeah.
Well, Danny makes it on the island.
All right, Danny's wind is 0, which is really nice for hole 3 because you don't have to really worry about it flying over the green. Oh, but it did anyways because he didn't quite hit it weak enough. Yeah, so this is going to be hard to play from. Meanwhile, you can't really do driver strats on hole 3 near the green.
Yeah. So what was a sub 130 first 3 holes for Danny last time turned into a 152
Yeah, big difference. Big difference. Oh, Danny's got some strong wind on hole 4. This could be kind of tough to land, but he does a pretty good job.
Yeah, that's a really nice spot for it. Meanwhile, for the birdie stroke, it looks like Jimmy's about ready to land on the green. Not having as many issues as last time where he was patty caking across the green.
Already improvement between since the last run. Oh
and
no.
got toileted.
That's a bummer.
It looks like Danny did something a little different and just shot straight rather than trying to go through the trees there.
Yeah, Danny has a strategy that he does sometimes where he doesn't try to aim through the forest, and it seems to work out a lot of the time for him because it allows you to kind of just play it like he did here. It doesn't even touch the bunker, but it looks like he's on the green.
Yeah, it's like it rolled down a little bit, which lost a couple of seconds, but that'll happen on hole 5.
A bit slow. Oh, wow.
Almost made that putt.
That was
and
a
Jimmy
hard
just missed that as well.
So about a hole apart from each other. Jimmy just made his putt on hole 4.
Here comes Danny onto hole 6, going for driver strats with the good red bar.
Ooh, is that it? That's not in the river though, I don't think.
No, it's not. Super close though.
Lost only a little bit of time from that, as long as he can make this bunker hit. Yep. But it kind of rolled right past the hole. Can still putt that fairly easily, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, this should be an easy putt for Danny here. And there it is.
Nicely done. That slope on hole 6 can be a little weird, so that was actually a pretty good job.
And Jimmy has some really bad wind here on hole 5. It's 18 right at him.
It's blasting in his face as he's trying to get up to the hole. Oh man, that sucks. That's a lot to work against. Looks like he should be able to make this next putt though.
Yeah, and meanwhile Danny is about ready to finish hole 7.
Yeah, I like blinked and his hole 7 went by. I guess he got through first try.
Yeah.
See, what wind does Danny get an 8? That's 10 miles per hour to the east.
Oh, wow. That's going to bounce far.
That's
At least it lands in the bunker there.
Yeah. You can deal with that.
Yeah.
As long as if it flies off the island though completely into the water, then you're kind of screwed because you got to hit back from the starting tee.
Looks like Jimmy's. There's the putt for Danny, and Jimmy's on the green now.
Fortunately, no chip-ins for Jimmy, even though he's been doing a lot of those.
And it looks like Danny has to go the long way again.
Oh, again on the right island. Not ideal, I would say. I prefer the left, play off the left island if I can.
Yo, that's even worse than last time. He has to go all the way.
He's island hopping. He's gonna visit all the islands.
And he's gonna have to hope this lands well. Nope, he's gonna actually do safety and putt onto the green. And it looks like Jimmy's landed on the green for hole 7.
Oh, Danny shot up to the green. Pretty nice. He should be able to putt that. We'll see how it goes for him. Does not make
wow.
Yeah. The slope on that hole. I mean, imagine that being the last putt, the deciding putt for the race or for the run. It's harder than it looks. But yeah, that's Danny's 551.
551. That's almost a full minute behind last. And it looks like Jimmy, again, probably didn't have too good wind here on hole 8. Decides to...
I think he's going for give up at this point. Or... Oh no, he's still trying to get up to the green. Maybe should have considered give up though.
Yeah, that wind looks like pretty strong off to the left side there.
Yeah, if he makes this putt... Oh, okay, he's going for a chip. Well,
that's close.
Yeah. There's a certain point on hole 8 that if you miss a couple shots, it might just be worth to dunk all your others. It's a hard call though, because sometimes you really just want to see your ball go in the hole.
Yeah. Nice shot. Okay, moving on to the last hole for Jimmy here.
Oh, instantly. opting for the right island. I think that was that 10 to the east? That's what I saw.
We'll be able to look here again. It kind of looks like it's off to the east a little bit at least. Yeah, it's 10 to the southeast.
Okay, that yeah, probably could have made it to the left island, but probably smart to play on another. Oh no.
And Jimmy needs to whack it or start doing give up.
I think this is give up at this point.
Yeah, this is give up at this point.
You can't get to that last island from the rough with a driver with this wind, I don't think. Unless I'm wrong. Nope.
Yeah,
that's about as hard as you can hit it. Oh, is he actually going to the other island? Oh.
I think he tried, but that or he's just trying to do give up and not putting.
Okay, this is definitely give up now.
Yeah. And now time for the last stroke.
It might actually be faster to putt those shots for give up, but yeah.
Yeah. And there's the give up for an 805. What was a little bit closer last time.
Yeah, at the beginning there, it definitely seemed like Jimmy could have just got ahead of Danny if Danny just got some bad wins, but it seemed like all the bad wins went straight to Jimmy's side.
So that's the run Jimmy versus Danny, match 2, round 1. Danny will be moving on. He'll be facing the winner of Plaid versus Count, and Jimmy will be facing the loser of Plaid versus Count.